Worthy ones, happy 2025. Are you somebody out there, you have a New Year's resolution, you have something you want to accomplish, and you've told yourself this year is your year, you're going to make it happen? What I want to do in this video is use the 5 stages of behavior change in order to help you to accomplish whatever that goal is, whatever that dream is that you have for this new year. And what we're going to focus on in this video is working out. So in this video, I am going to show you how to use the 5 stages of behavior change to consistently work out. Now, the reason I'm using working out is because that's the most common thing that people want to do in the new year. They want to lose 20 pounds. They want to lose 10 pounds. They want to go to the gym. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But the honest truth is this. Many of you, no matter what your New Year's resolution is, you're going to quit in about 2 weeks. That's probably the average for most people. So we're going to talk about how you can structure your goals and your dreams in a way with the 5 stages of behavior change so you can have a way to maintain them throughout the year. So what are the 5 stages of behavior change? Well, it's actually called the trans-theoretical model, but I don't want to just be a super nerd on you. So we're going to keep it simple with the 5 stages. Now we're going to start with the first stage, and the first stage is called the pre-contemplation stage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write it on my little board I have here. If I spell something wrong, hey, don't worry about it. Don't sweat it. It's live. Pre-contemplation. All right. I hope y'all can read this. This is the first stage. This is called the pre-contemplation stage. Okay. So what is the pre-contemplation stage? This stage in the behavior change model is when you feel that everything is hopeless. Let's say we're going to stay in the framework of working out. Let's say you don't want to start working out this year because you say to yourself, it's hopeless. Every year I tell myself I'm going to do it. I don't make it happen. So why am I going to waste my time? That's when you're in the pre-contemplation stage. You don't see any hope for the goal happening. You don't see any hope for the dream happening. So you decide to throw up your hands and you're not going to do anything. That's the pre-contemplation stage. Now, I had at one point in my life, I wanted to get up and go to the gym early in the morning because I was used to waking up early, but I wasn't used to waking up early and going to the gym. And that was something I really wanted to do. But I was stuck in the pre-contemplation stage for a while. And I used to tell myself, you know what? While I'm going to wake up, I know I'm not going to go to the gym. I don't even like to lift weights. It's going to be a waste of my time. I saw it as hopeless. So when I was in this stage, I always had this pre-contemplation mindset of getting up and going to the gym early in the morning, but it wasn't happening. So eventually what I had to do is I had to find reasons to get up that early. I had to find somebody that actually was doing it and was successful at it in order to, inspire myself that I could do it. And that's what you have to do. If you're in a pre-contemplation stage, let's say you want to go to the gym and you say, you know what? I feel it's hopeless. I haven't had any success at it. You're stuck in this stage. So that brings us to the next stage, which is the contemplation stage. Now, the contemplation stage is when you are thinking about doing the thing that you said to yourself that I feel is hopeless. And the way you get to this stage is by doing what I talked about in the pre-contemplation stage, is finding somebody that's already done it. Now, for me, how I found the inspiration to start getting up early and working out, I used to read these slam magazines, these basketball magazines of all these athletes. And one day I was reading about Kobe Bryant, and Kobe Bryant talked about how he got up at 3 o'clock in the morning and he worked on his basketball game. He went home, he ate breakfast, then he went again at 7 in the morning and he took a nap. Then he got up again at noon. He ate lunch. He went and worked out again. And then he went again in the evening. And I was like, man, this man is getting it. But what stood out to me is how he started his morning. He got up every morning. That morning workout was the winner for him. And so then I started contemplating in my mind that, you know what? If I got up early and did a workout, that would be a win for me. And because I started to see it that way as a win instead of something that I saw as hopeless, it gave me the inspiration that I could do it. And if you want to be consistent in your workouts, find somebody that's in the situation you may be in. Maybe you're somebody You are 300 pounds overweight. You're 200 pounds overweight, whatever it is. Go online and find people who was once in your situation. They was once struggling with the weight. They was once struggling with the smoking. That was once in the very shoes that you're in, because when you read about those individuals, what will happen is you will see that it can be done, and you start to contemplate in your mind that you can make it happen. So that is the contemplation stage. Now, this moves us to the preparation stage. This is when we got to put a little bit more work in. If you want to be consistent in your workout, this stage right here is vital. Now, the preparation stage is when you start to prepare yourself for the success that you desire. If it's working out, it's quitting smoking, whatever it is. But in this video, it's working out. You're going to prepare yourself. Now, when I wanted to get up early in the morning and go to the gym, I started to prepare myself. And how I started to prepare myself is I used to take my basketball clothes, my workout clothes, and I used to put them right by my bed. So when I got up, I knew that I will be going to the gym in the morning. Now, by the way, let me admit that I was in college at the time. So we had a rec center not that far from me. All I had to do was put my clothes on and start walking towards the gym. Now, the time that I was getting up at that time was at 4:30, because the gym will open at 5 a.m. And I would get up, and the first thing I would see was my gym clothes. I knew that. That was how I was preparing myself. And for you want to start working out more, and you know that you have had a hard time taking action on this. I want you to start preparing yourself. Maybe you're going to just go out and do a walk. So put your shoes by your bed. Maybe you're going to start going to the gym. So, you go down there and get your membership. You want to put yourself in a position where you're preparing yourself so you can start taking action on the things that you want to desire. And now when it pertains to working out, by you preparing yourself the night before, getting your clothes out, or going and get that gym membership, or putting your shoes by your bed, that is telling your mind, we're about to make a change. We're about to make something different, and we are serious about this. Now, this moves us to the next stage, which is the action stage. Now, the action stage, a lot of people can mess up in this stage in the long run. So I recommend in the action stage that you prepare yourself to take one single small action. Now, for me, I want to get up and work out in the morning. So I get up at 4:30 on Mondays only, and then going to the gym. Now, the reason I did this because I didn't want to overwhelm myself. I know if I told myself I was going to go 5 days out the week or 7 days out the week, that wasn't going to happen. So I had to do something that was doable for me. And you have to do the same thing when you're trying to be consistent with your workout. I want you to think to yourself, what is a small thing that I can start out with? Is it going for a walk for 1 minute, one morning out the week? Is it driving to the gym and walking on a treadmill for only 5 minutes for one day out the week? I want you to come up with a very simple task that you can do that you know is doable, that you can do on a consistent basis. And make sure you're not doing it out of ego. Don't try to say to yourself, I'm going to go down to the gym 7 days out the week for 2 hours a day because I'm going to lose weight. You're not going to do that. You're going to get burned out quickly. And that's why a lot of people quit in 2 weeks with their workouts, is because they try to do too much too fast. But if you scale it back and just start with a very small task that you can do on a consistent basis, then you will have more success. Now, you can start doing this, but over time you can gradually add to that. For example, I had a friend one time and he told me, he said, Gene, I wanted to start waking up early. And I said, okay, so what time you want to wake up? He said, man, I have a desire to start getting up at 6 a.m. because I can get up, read books, I can go on workouts, I can do things like that. I said, okay, so what is the earliest you've been waking up? He said, the earliest I wake up is around 9 a.m. I said, okay, cool. I said, all right, how about this? Why don't you set a day that you want to wake up early? Just, let's say, can you do 1 day out the week? He said, well, I could probably do 2. I said, okay, let's take 2. What days? He said, I'm going to do Mondays and Tuesdays. I say, great. This is what I want you to do. On Monday, I want you to set your alarm. When it goes off at 6 a.m., I want you to get up, stand up out the bed, stand up for 1 minute, and then lay back in the bed and go to sleep. He said, Gene, that's the stupidest thing I ever heard. I said, man, just do it. Just try it and see what happens. So my friend started doing that. He started getting up on Mondays and Tuesdays, right? He started out getting up, go back to sleep. Getting up and go back to sleep. In about 2 weeks, what y'all think happened? He would get up for a minute and he couldn't fall back to sleep. So he'd stay up for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. And over time, as he got up at 6 a.m., he built a habit within himself so he can get up at 6 a.m. He was able to stay up. He started adding reading to it. He started adding walking to it. Then he started working out. And now to this day, my friend is still getting up at 6 a.m., but he started with a very small task. And this is what's going to help you be successful. So when you're thinking about taking your action, make sure it's a very small task that you can do. And over time, you can gradually add to it so you can be consistent with it. And this is golden when it pertains to working out, because with working out, you can start with something small, add some more reps, add some more time, add some more to your walk. And before you know it, you have this great habit and you're consistent with your workout. Now, this moves us to the last and the final stage of the behavior change model, which is the maintenance stage. Now, the maintenance stage takes a lot of work to get to, and that will be the gradual process that you will go through. And that gradual process will, I forgot to write on my board for y'all. I'm so sorry about that. That gradual process is very challenging. Now, when you're going through the action stage and you're really working on, building this momentum, doing these small tasks and adding to them, what'll happen over time is once you build that momentum up, your confidence starts to grow. You start feeling good about yourself. You want to keep that going. Now, you can have moments in there where you can have relapses, but if you have a relapse, meaning that you fall back to what you was doing previously, you have to automatically jump back on your routine so you can keep that momentum building forward. Now, the maintenance stage is something you want to do for 6 months or for the rest of your life. And the only way you can have a great maintenance stage is you have to have a way to measure your progress, because what is measurable can be managed. Now, in my book, Word to Be Great, How to Build Self-Discipline to Achieve Your Greatness, I have a program called 30 Days of Self-Discipline, which I use till this day, that has helped me write books, that has helped me stay with my workouts, that helped me shoot videos. And if you would like to see what that program is, and if you're somebody, you're trying to build your self-discipline, I want to encourage you to click the link below, because I now have my book in an ebook version, so you can get the book today and start working on that 30 Days Self-Discipline program with your goals, your dreams. Now, it can work with anything, your workouts. It's broken down in a way so you can be able to measure your days, your workouts, so you can start to manage them. Now, if you don't have a system for managing what you're doing, measuring what you're doing, it's going to be very hard to get to the maintenance stage. So whether you use my 30 Days of Self-Discipline program, that's in my Word to Be Great book, or you come up with your own, you have to have some system that's going to help you hold yourself accountable, because what you measure, can be managed. But if you don't measure it, you cannot manage it. So it's so easy for you to fall off the boat when it pertains to your workouts. So I want to encourage you to look at these 5 stages. Let me write them down for you, because I want you to, you can take a screenshot of this if you want to. Let me write them down for you right quick. Let me use this, the marker. You want to use the pre-contemplation stage, pre-contemplation. Keep contemplation. Contemplation stage. Preparation stage. Man, my handwriting is terrible. The action stage and the maintenance. And before I even show y'all this, let me fix this pre-contemplation, because I spelled that wrong. But these are the 5 stages of behavior change, people. And I've been using these stages for years. I love to use these stages anytime I take on a new task, or I want to develop a new habit, or I'm going after a goal, or I want to write a new book, whatever it is. Here you go, people. These are the 5 stages of behavior change: pre-contemplation, contemplation, preparation, action, or maintenance. And if you use these 5 stages of behavior change, they can help you be consistent with your workouts. So whatever you want to accomplish this year, whether it's losing weight, putting on muscle, you want to make sure that you know where you stand in this behavior change model, because based off of that, you know where you can put yourself in a position where you can start moving towards the goals that you want to accomplish with your workouts, so you can hold yourself accountable so you don't fall off the wagon as you're trying to build the body you want, the mind you want, the dream you want, or whatever it is. These stages are not just for workout. You can apply them to anything in your life. But today, what we talked about is how to use the 5 stages of behavior change to be consistent with your workouts. So add these stages to your life. Go after the goals and dreams that's in your heart, because you are worthy to be great.